Sorry for the interruption, but I have to share something with you. Because if you've ever run a Run Disney race and spent the whole time worrying about the balloon ladies catching you, you're not alone, and I've got something for you. I'm hosting a free challenge called the 30 Day to Faster Kickstart. It's designed to help Run Disney runners drop 1 minute per mile in the next 30 days without burnout, without guessing your pace, and it's 100% run walk friendly. We start May 22nd. It's just 3 runs a week and it's totally free. Head to the link in the show notes or DM me faster on Instagram, runDisneyDPT, and I'll send you the link. Hey, how's it going? Today I'm talking about the invisible mistakes killing your finish line dreams. This is Running to the Castle, a podcast for injury-prone Run Disney runners on a journey to running magical miles. Join me, Dr. Allie, as I share the secrets I've gathered as a runner, doctor of physical therapy, and coach. You'll learn the exact ways I get my clients to the castle strong without feeling broken or held together with KT tape as they cross the finish line. Okay, so you followed the training plan, you showed up for your long runs, you added the strength training, you stretched, you foam rolled, you even practiced fueling, but somehow race day was still a mess. You barely finished. Or maybe you didn't finish at all. You crossed the finish line in pain. You couldn't enjoy the parks after. You were supposed to feel proud. Instead, you felt broken. Today, we're talking about why. Specifically, the invisible mistakes that are quietly sabotaging your training even when you think you're doing everything right. It's a bit of hard truth, but effort isn't the problem. You're not lazy, you're not uncommitted, but effort alone doesn't build a strong finish. You don't need to work harder. You need to stop doing the wrong things with so much intensity. Most training plans are built for people who recover quickly. They tolerate high mileage and they can bounce back from back-to-back long runs. But if you're like most of my clients, you're injury prone, you're slower paced, or you're already dealing with aches and pains by mile 7, mile 8, you need a completely different approach than what else is being offered out there. And the sooner you accept that your body needs less volume and more recovery, the faster you'll start feeling like a finisher. So I just, as an example, Sarah signed up for Dopey with all the enthusiasm in the world. She downloaded a free training plan. She committed to running 4 times a week, did strength workouts, was meticulous with foam rolling and nutrition. But once her long runs reached 10 to 12 mile range, she started having pain. Her ankles, her knees, her hips. After each long run, she'd be out of commission for days. By race weekend, she was exhausted. She finished the marathon, yes, but it took everything out of her. No castle photo, no celebration. She was just chilling with ice packs and early bedtime. This year, we took a new route. We cut back her mileage, slowed her down, and focused on quality movement, recovery, and durability. She ran fewer days a week and stopped chasing the numbers. And guess what? She finished every race feeling strong. She walked around Epcot after a quick nap and enjoyed all of the Mickey-shaped foods. Her confidence skyrocketed, not because she pushed harder, but because she trained smarter. So what are these invisible mistakes? The ones that make you feel like you're doing it right, but are secretly derailing your training. The first one is following the wrong kind of training plan for your body. The most popular Run Disney half or full marathon training plan and Dopey training plan has you increase your long run by 1 to 2 miles every other week with a short cutback run in between. So 7 miles, then 3 miles, then 9 miles, then 3 miles, then 11 miles, and so on and so forth. It sounds logical. Build, back off, build again. But for injury-prone or slower-paced runners, those 2-mile leaps are massive. The cutback weeks seem like recovery, but your body never fully adapts to the stress before the next leap. You're constantly pushing to survive each long run, and that's where the breakdown starts. Let me tell you a better way. I love Greek mythology, and I there's this one myth that I always go back to because I really resonate with it and I can like picture it in my mind, and it's Milo. So Milo was a legendary wrestler. To get strong, he used a really simple strategy, and I want you to do a similar thing. So he had to carry a heavy pig up a hill. But instead of just picking up a heavy pig, he started with a newborn piglet and he carried it up the hill. The next day, he did it again and again, day after day after day after day after day. As the piglet grew, Milo didn't notice it because his strength grew with it. The changes were so gradual, he never even noticed the increase. Yet he became one of the strongest men in the ancient world. And that's what your training should feel like. Gradual, manageable, almost unnoticeable, until one day you realize you're strong enough to carry the theoretical full-grown pig of a marathon or multiple day challenge, the Dopey challenge. So jumping from piglet to wild boar for him overnight with a rest day in between, hoping your body magically adjusts, isn't going to work. It doesn't. Your body panics, it compensates, it breaks down. You don't need to push harder. You need to progress like Milo. Said another way, layering more like strength training on top of fatigue. This is another way that these invisible mistakes add up. Don't get me wrong, strength work is important, but not when it's just another stressor. If you're doing your long run on Saturday and trying to deadlift heavy on Monday, your nervous system hasn't had a chance to bounce back. You're not building strength, you're compounding fatigue. You need to manipulate the schedule to work for you and add a little bit each week. Don't get me wrong, you do need to strengthen when you're fatigued, but that's the operative word here. Fatigue, not exhaustion. You want to add a little more and take rests when needed, but not exhaust yourself. So last month I had COVID, and this isn't strength training, but it is building on fatigue, not exhaustion. So I had to rebuild my walking again, and I knew I needed to add a little bit more, even though I was tired. So I added 2 minutes to my 20-minute walk. The Sniffari I was taking with Levi, it was 20 minutes, not an hour like it normally was, each day. And so that 2 minutes, that's 10%. It's not 20 more minutes each day, even though 20 minutes itself isn't that much. But when it's tacked onto an already tired body, it would have exhausted me. So instead, I just added a little bit more, something doable, but not exhausting. And then you don't want to mistake consistency for progress. Yes, you're showing up. Yes, you're sticking to the plan. But if every long run leaves you limping, needing days or weeks to recover, or feeling like you're barely hanging on, you're not progressing. You're surviving. And that's not the goal. So here's your tip. Instead of adding 2 miles to your long run, increase by 10%. 2 miles itself is not a lot, but when it's tacked onto an already 3, 4, 5 mile run, it adds up. So instead, add 0.2 or about a quarter mile each week to the long run. Build up so slowly, your body doesn't even notice you're doing more. This is especially important if you've ever said, I always get hurt once I hit double digits. It's not because your body can't handle the distance. It's because you never gave it time to fully adapt before moving on. And if you've been feeling like something just isn't working, like you're doing everything right, but still ending up in pain, exhausted, or disappointed, it's not your fault. You're just following a plan that wasn't built for you. Stronger Faster Finisher opens May 29th for waitlisters, and inside we do things differently. We slow things down, we build capacity. I help you finish strong and feel proud of it. You don't have to train like everyone else to finish like the runner you want to be. Join the waitlist today. The link is in the show notes. If you're feeling nervous about whether you can actually cross the finish line at Dopey, if you've been training hard but still wondering, will I really make it? I want you to know there's a better way. Stronger Faster Finisher is built for runners just like you. The slow, injury prone, not really a runner runners who aren't chasing a podium. You're chasing a personal record in fun. You want those castle photos, those character stops, that pineapple cider at the finish line without feeling broken, defeated, or like you barely survived. Inside Stronger Faster Finisher, you'll build your training smarter with the right mileage, the right pacing, and the right recovery. So you don't just survive Dopey, you'll finish it strong, proud, and smiling, exactly the way you imagined. The waitlist is now open. You can grab your spot through the link in the show notes. As always, thanks so much for listening. That's all for now. Talk to you soon.